Hello, in this lesson I want you to perform operations with pure imaginary numbers and with complex numbers. Some vocabulary you're going to come across is going to be imaginary unit, pure imaginary number, complex number, and complex conjugate. An imaginary unit allows us to take the square root of a negative. So an imaginary unit we're going to call I, that equals to the square root of -1. That's just what our definition is. That's what a pure imaginary unit is. Now, a pure imaginary number is going to be any number multiplied by I. When you want to simplify negative square roots, what we have to remember is if I got the square root of -28, I can break that up to be the -1 times the square root of 28. We know the square root of -1 by definition is I. I'll make a factor tree here for the square root of 28. Notice I can break that down as the square root of 4 times the square root of 7. And I know that the square root of 4 is 2. So I'm going to say 2i times the square root of 7. And there's your answer. Okay, we'll do the same thing for the square root of negative square root of 32. I'm going to say -1 times the square root of 32. I know the square root of 32 I can rewrite as the square root of 16 times the square root of 2. I know the square root of 16 is 4. So I'm going to take 4 times the square root of -1, which is I, and then times the square root of 2. So I'm going to say 4i square root of 2. Those are your pure imaginary numbers.